And good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Perspectives. I'm Darren Jaime. Coming up tonight on Perspectives, we take a look at a special event that's happening literally here in our borough. On April 21st, there will be a special election for the borough presidency. As we know, Borough President Adolfo Carrion was tapped by the Obama administration to be the head of urban policy in the Obama administration. He still faces Senate confirmation hearings, but his departure leaves the big question as to who exactly will fill the seat for the borough presidency. Two names have surfaced. One, Ruben Diaz Jr., Assemblyman of the 85th Assembly District, and the other, Anthony Rubistello. Joining us here in studio now to share a little bit is one of those candidates, Assemblyman Ruben Diaz Jr., and it's good to have you here on the set of Perspectives, and welcome back.
Thank you, Darren. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Good to have you, good to have you. As we know, as we said, your name has surfaced as a possible candidate for borough presidency, and it's been in the media, in the works, rumors and speculation. Finally, you put an end to all the speculation and made the announcement. I guess the big question on the hearts and minds of many still is, why do you want to be borough president?
I'm running. I'm in the race. I think that over the last 13 years, I've developed a reputation. I developed a record of defending the Bronx, of defending affordable housing, of defending the environment and our children, making sure that they're healthy and combating asthma, making sure that in the state of New York we have increasing funding for education and healthcare. And so now when you look at what's happening in the nation with Obama, President Obama recognizing the talents of Adolfo Carrion and naming him the Director of Urban Policy in the White House, the relationships that I have with Congressman Elliot Engel and Jose Serrano in upstate in Albany with everybody from the governor on down, being up there 13 years, all the relationships that we've had. I think it's a wonderful time for me to come now and offer a new perspective as to how is it that we can move the Bronx forward. And the number of ways that we can do that is with the borough president's powers, we can ensure that companies who want to come here, who need capital funding, who need IDA, triple tax exempt bond funding, that we invite them here, but that they realize that they're not going to just create jobs and they're not going to just make money here, that we want them to do it by being a good neighbor, by making sure that Bronxites actually go to work, and to have those types of community benefits agreements and project labor agreements. We want to strengthen this is the perfect opportunity for us to give the resources and strengthen the community boards and its members so that they have the adequate materials and knowledge so that when either developers or people making presentations in front of them, they can better assess all the situation. I think that this is the time now where we look at the retirement pension system in the city of New York, which I would have a vote on to ensure that when these monies are being used, a lot of these monies are being used by hedge funds to buy out Mitchell-Lamas, and then they're forcing out the same people who put in money into the retirement pension system. We need somebody with a strong voice to combat that. We need somebody to protect affordable housing. We need somebody to ensure that our kids are getting the best education possible. And so that's why I've thrown my hat in the ring. And I'm just so happy and elated of the amount of support, well wishes, volunteer, and the coalition that we've been able to build here around this candidacy. Are
you surprised with the, well, as we said, there was a whole lot of names that actually surfaced out. Are you surprised by the fact that now it's only dwindled down to two?
It's amazing because, again, if you would have asked me this question a year ago and last year around this time, we saw maybe 6 or 7 different names. And it's amazing to me that there's just 2 candidates left. But you know what? My candidacy and my preparation for this has always been about being able to move the Bronx forward. It was always been about a Bronx agenda. It's always been about the people of the Bronx and how is it that we're going to protect the characteristics of certain neighborhoods? How is it that we're going to ensure that proper funding from the state and New York City are given to us in the Bronx? We see the Bronx always being shortchanged. And so it really didn't matter to me who was in the race. It was about me putting my vision forward. And many people are supportive of that vision. And so I expected on April 21st to fully be victorious.
All right, well, Assemblyman Ruben Diaz Jr. in studio with us, and we want you to stay with us here on Perspectives because coming up, we'll talk more with the Assemblyman about his race for the borough president seat. As we said, the special election will be taking place on April 21st right here in the borough of the Bronx. Stay with us. We're coming right back with the Assemblyman when we return.